In terms of systematic adoption, so like you said, that chatbot is not the only project you know about, all right, or you run in your organization, which is what we used to call it low-hanging fruit, and easy to reap some results, not everything, right? What about deeper transformation, systematic adoption, meaning mindset changing, meaning whole technology stack? Right, you cannot just add one more tool and just praise yourself, right, how intuitive and innovative you are, all right? So where this system will come from, because of course experienced leaders who run these big organizations, right, they have tons and tons of applications and systems and I don't know, thousands of people to align with this strategy. So where is this sweet spot, you think, at least to start thinking in a systematic way?
Yeah. So, but before we go into the systematic AI adoption, I wanted to just show that we need to have a mindset change in terms of like, rather than you chasing the trend, you need to see what exactly adds value to my organization. What does my organization need? What are the business challenges that I need to solve for our organization, or we need to solve for our organization? So we need to shift. So, for example, a typical example, like when we had the introductory talk, Irene, I think we said how people go to conferences and then they hear about all these good presentations, and when they come out, all they think is, okay, let me do what they said. They heard about all these cool generative AI, and then they call consulting firms or try to get a data scientist to help them develop the AI. So what the consultants or the data scientists might be good at what they're doing, but they may not know what exactly your day-to-day operation is. They will not know what exactly processes, problems have you got, what are the key challenges the users need to solve, and where are the bottlenecks. So they won't have all these understanding. So what we need to do is we need to start by trying to not bring in somebody outside, but maybe you need to tell what you need to do, rather than you need to start empowering your employees, start empowering your team, your leaders, to start thinking about, okay, you know, um, these are the use cases that we can use. Do we have the right data? So by empowering, I mean, like, like you said about leaders. So how do we empower leaders? So we need to provide AI literacy training for leaders, for staff, front, back, and for your core users, so that once they have the right knowledge of AI, they know the AI capabilities, what is capable, what is not capable. Do I need to use, a chatbot from an outside source, or do we need to develop it? Or by you trying to engage with your customers, you will now know, like, okay, for example, the password is the most frequently asked thing. So why don't we just, send like an automatic thing, kind of? Why don't we automate that request? So your employees are empowered, and when you bring in a consultant, then you have a better collaboration between the employees, as well as the consultants. So we need to start with AI literacy training, and that's basically what we do at ESHTA. But the other thing which you were talking about is the systematic AI adoption. So systematic AI adoption is a process. So AI is not a quick fix. It's not a magic bullet. And responsible AI is a long process too. Like, again, when I present in conferences, like last year when I was doing in a conference about responsible AI, one of the during the Q&A time, one of the delegates, he was saying, we are halfway through the development process. So can you tell us, like, when do we need to start thinking about the policy, the regulations, as well as the AI, responsible AI? So responsible AI is not an add-on. So, for example, let's say, like, if you wanted the AI to be responsible, it needs to be compliant legally. You need to have all the ethics in place. You need to make sure you have all the fairness, bias, and all those things in place. So if the your regulation team or your law team or your business doesn't have an AI understanding, how do you think they can contribute to AI development? So you won't have a proper developed an ethically developed tool, or you won't be able to have a responsible AI in place. So we need to go through a process. We need to start defining what exactly the business goals are, and then we need to ensure a systematic and organized implementation process.